Alright, YouTube family, it's your boy Superman 2000. I'm not in the fight chair today. I'm actually just chilling. That noise you hear outside, it's probably my kids in the swimming pool. Alright, I'm not at home, but if you go by my house, Big Will is over there with the Glock holding it down. So don't get any ideas about breaking in. Ha ha! That's a joke for the day. It's corny, but it's a serious topic I'm about to talk about. So I thought I'd do the icebreaker. Apparently, that wasn't a good icebreaker, so I work on some of those, I guess. So this is a video that I didn't want to do, but somehow it seemed like I have to do. It's kind of weird. You don't want to do, but you have to do it. Yeah, I guess that's how the world is sometimes. All right. So Kimbo Slice, right? He died of heart failure. Now I went back. I thought to myself, well, this guy died of heart failure, and when he was scheduled to fight Thompson, and then he was told he would need a heart transplant, and he was put on the heart transplant list. But I'm one of those guys who I think about stuff. So I went back to previous failed drugs tests and find out what test drugs did he test positive for. Well, turns out he tested positive for a drug. Let me get my trusty notepad here. Called Nandorlone. It's an anabolic steroid. Here's the problem. When Kimbo went into the hospital, he had pain in his abdomen, severe pain in his abdomen. A lesion was found on his liver, and his heart, he had heart failure. Well, Nandrolone has a half-life of 6 days. That means it gets out your system fairly quickly. But if used long-term and consistently, the individual can develop cysts and masses on their liver and on their spleen. Now, if these cysts on your liver and on your spleen, if you don't stop taking the drug and you continue to take it long term, eventually at some point those cysts become life threatening. When you're not taking the drug, those cysts go away, they subside. But when you are taking the drug, you develop these cysts, and you will not be aware that you're developing them on your liver or on your spleen. When they become life threatening, you start having internal bleeding in your stomach because your liver is that damaged. Kimbo Slice was complaining of what? Pain in the abdomen. One of the side effects of it is bleeding in the abdomen. That's one of the first side effects of nandrolone. Severe pain and bleeding in the abdomen. Second side effect is that it decreases your good cholesterol and increases your bad cholesterol. What that means straight up is that it hardens your arteries. And when the arteries become hardened and rigid, it can result in heart failure. So this is just speculation on my part, but I believe it was a long-term use of that drug nandrolone that contributed to him having heart failure and to him dying. Because also the coroner said that there was a mass found on his liver. Now, a mass couldn't be found on your liver if you wasn't using that drug long term. And you tested, based on the fact that he tested positive for it previously, a couple months ago, and there's a mass on his liver, and that's one of the side effects, mass on your liver, and also mass on your liver, and also bleeding in the abdomen. Based on those two things, I'm speculating that that was the cause of it. And that's just pure speculation on my part. I'm not saying that's what caused it. I'm just saying it's speculation. Okay? But that's what I believe, in my personal opinion, was responsible for the death. This drug, the steroid. Now, at the same time, when I was going back and looking at Kimbo's old drug tests, I also noticed something quite unique. Ken Shamrock drug test came back positive, but it wasn't for anabolic steroids. it was for methadone, and that's for something that's used to treat heroin addicts. So what that tells me is that Shamrock may actually be in recovery or be getting methadone recovery treatment for the use of being on heroin. He may have an issue with heroin and he may be actually getting treatment. That's what that tells me. So, that's just a sidebar. But I believe that was what was the cause of Kimbo's death. Now, guys, don't get pissed off with me and get mad and say I'm calling Kimbo a drug addict. I'm not calling him Kimbo a drug addict because I'm a big Kimbo fan. Alright, this is why I said this was a video I didn't want to, but I had to do. Because the facts are there staring me in my face. And just because Kimbo is like a legend to me, I can't gloss over it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. We had that saying when I was growing up. So really, when he took those drugs, he knew that it had a consequence. And at some point the consequences would kick in. And when you're fighting for your family and your survival to pay your bills, you take certain calculated risks, and sometimes they pan out. Sometimes it works out great and you get ahead, and other times it catch up with you and it just doesn't pan out. Okay, so same deal. If he has been using the drug long term, it's been working for him and allowing him to compete injured, hurt, or in pain or in bad situations, and it worked out for him, that's fine. But this time, I think whatever happened with the cyst on his abdomen and then the hardening of his arteries and the cholesterol, that's what caused him I believe, caused him to have heart failure and die. This is a serious video. I don't know how to lighten it up or something I can say. That's my 2 cents from not the fight so far, the fight chair. I guess the fight pillow. Alright, guys, your boy Superman 2000. I got another story on Brock Lesnar. I'm running down. I'm going to check the drug website next week to see if his drug test results comes out. If it doesn't come out, that means he hasn't been tested yet. But I know he was eligible to be tested June 6th. So maybe they're going to test him before the fight and then hold on to the results. That way he'll still get to fight, and if there's any controversy, he'll still get through. Mark Hunt believes he's used to the gills. I'm not sure about that. But we'll see how things work out. That's my 2 cents from the fight cheer, guys. Peace out.